Hey, g'day everyone. Heath from the Antipodean D20 here. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. It's lunchtime here on Wednesday, the 13th of January, and we're going to be joined by a time traveler from Canada. No. So this is, I'm going to be joined in a moment by Joel Auger from Mythroll Armory. He's also from Realmsmith, plays Plunk Rock and Falfa. But he and a fellow castmate, Dave, and I think Brandon helps him as well, have Mythroll Armories. Hang on, let's see if and they've come up with these ingenious little things for just helping everyday gameplay. And it can be helping you if you're the GM. It can be helping you if you're the player. Just these wonderful little things, and I'm happy to have been part of the Kickstarter for that. And I've shown some of the previous things, like let's bring up my camera here, so you know these fun little things like this. Oh, that one fell over. Voila. Not sure how clearly that's coming through, but there we go. So the dice spinners. So let's, and then haven't put this together yet, but no, this way, Heath. That's what happens when you're a one-man operation. So the tin 20, it's basically a foldable piece of tin that turns into a D20. How awesome is that? If we had some more time today, we'd probably put one of them together, but I'm all thumbs at the moment. It's the fun part about being a one-man show. Alrighty, without further ado, I might bring Mr. Auger in.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Joel.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Let's see. So, how are things at the Mythroll camp?
They are. We are busy. It's busy because tomorrow we launch another Kickstarter. So it's crazy right now. Yeah. Crazy.
Do tell.
Oh, well. Yes, tomorrow is an ambitious Kickstarter. Dave, in particular, has put his heart and soul into this Kickstarter, working on the design. He's been working on the design of this particular one for about, I want to say, close to 8 months now. Like, it was one of our earlier ideas, and there's just been so much iteration and change. But effectively, it's an affordable magnetic terrain system called Magnetiles. And it's, do I have any? No, they're all upstairs. I'll send some pictures. No, they're really easy to use. That's really, and you don't have to worry about damaging them. So we find that in the tiles, like in the terrain space, there's a lot of things like at the top end. Like, we love the Dwarven Forge stuff. It's unbelievable. Yeah. It's all hand sculpted and molded, and
that's great.
It's unreal. So we love those guys, and they make great terrain. It's just really out of the realm of possibility for most dungeon masters to go out and buy that kind of terrain.
And then I've had conversations with Stefan that although his stuff's good, and if you put money aside for that sort of thing, is great, it's the shipping to Australia that kills. There's a guy in Brisbane that I believe he's got a lot of disposable income because he always buys whenever Stefan puts a Kickstarter together, and he's got a bunch of stuff, and I've seen some pictures and it looks fantastic. But yeah, shipping to Australia kills.
Yes,
I just want to quickly say hello to Sakura163. I know. Up. Hi, Heath. I'm sure she's also saying hi, Joel.
Nice. Hi, Sakura.
So, hang on, get rid of that. There we go. Now we can see names. It's a fun thing about being a one-person show here. Is if the producer gets something wrong, my hair's turning grey. So Yes, we're looking forward to Magna Tiles. Now, I realize we are on a very short timeline here. We've got about half an hour, of which we've probably chewed up about 5 or 6 minutes of it.
No worries.
So, hang on, let me have a look here. So, the Perplexing Puzzle Experience.
Yes.
How did that come about? What was the where was the inspiration? What was the brainchild for that?
Well, we've been obviously close friends with Brandon Perkins. He's one of the players and was a DM on some of our campaigns, and he's just such a creative spirit, and so he'd always wanted to do puzzles, like better puzzles that you could present to your players in your sessions, in your game sessions. So, and TTRPGs of different kinds, right? He's got experience with a bunch: D&D, Pathfinder, Cyberpunk, a whole bunch of different ones. So the premise behind the box of the Mythroll Armory Perplexing Puzzle Experience, with which I have here as well, is that you can, hey, there you go. You can, you actually haven't unboxed it yet. So I kind of gave
This is
away.
why it's called an unboxing.
I kind of
That's all right.
It doesn't look anything like the one I held up. It looks nothing like it.
So first of all, we need a knife. That's not a knife. I see you've played. I see you've played Knifey Spoony before. So
you can't let me your own people.
I can because they're my people.
Okay, fine.
Alrighty. So while you're telling us a bit about it, I'm just going to get straight into. I literally haven't even opened the outer shipper yet.
That's crazy. So I'm so thankful that someone's actually done this, because no one's done this yet that we know of. So yes, the box is intended to contain a slight storyline with guides to help you better present puzzles to your players, because actually planning puzzles as a DM is hard. So this is a pre-packaged set of puzzles, some simple, some complicated. Collectively, you can put them together narratively, that you can present to your players in the course of your tabletop role-playing games. So that's cool. That's the premise behind the box.
I've got my camera on a stick, overseeing that now. Just because I'm not used to it being there. I don't have a shift tilt like like Jay does. So I've got a very simple claw, a stick, some gaff tape. It's you got to work with what you can.
You have what you have. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. There is no price on enthusiasm. The other budgets are a little bit lean.
Yeah, but you can make up for it in enthusiasm. So there you have it. There's the opening of that box. And you have the special Kickstarter packaging, which is nice. Which is a black box. This is the pre-release.
Let's get rid of the ship. Let's get rid of the shipper.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ooh.
Wow. Hang on. So there you have it. Outside box. Okay. Alrighty. I'm so glad this made it to Australia.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So out of curiosity, how much did it cost you to get this to you, like shipping wise? Was it crazy?
I honestly can't remember. I'd have to look back through the notes. I mean, when did you launch this? This was like,
it would have been in
was it August last year?
August of this past year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I honestly can't remember. I'm going to have a look in my notes for that. But I remember it wasn't a budget shipping method. It was a one stop, which is unfortunate. Not, and that's no sort of go at yourself. It's more of that's what it is, and that's what we have to work with, sort of thing.
I hear you. And very often when it comes to Australia and actually other far off places, which is not far for you, you're right there. But
the commute is reasonable.
Yeah, the commute is unreasonable, actually. So interestingly, you've got this exact same setup as I have. So I'll be able to walk you through it as you kind of open it up. So yeah, you've got the same kind of the first booklet.
So Mythroll Armory, Perplexing Puzzle Experience. So we've got an intro from Brandon.
Yep. Walks you through.
Now, stop me if there's any point that you want me to not give anything away, really so that there's still a little bit of magic for anyone who still jumps on board with this.
Well, the great thing about how Brandon approached it, and this is the marvel of Brandon's mind, is that even if we were to try to explain all of the things, handling them yourself is kind of the best way to actually get out of it, right? Because they're puzzles. So I could try to explain it all I want, but effectively I can't. You'll have a chance if you have a chance to play through them. That's kind of when you get the experience of the puzzles. There's nothing. We're not going to give away, I don't think, any secrets here. So an explanation of the puzzles, what they are, the different
nice little. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead.
I was going to say that you got a little intro from yourself and a little intro from Brandon. I'm Brandon Perkins, the DM of Realmsmith's Order of Dragonsbane.
Yep.
Live stream. I hope that kind of sounds like him. That's more Snow than Brandon, isn't it? Although I got caught out recently, Thanos and Obadiah Stone. I couldn't help. That's so funny. I couldn't help myself.
That's
with the beard, and it was the way he was sitting there with the little piece in his ear. It was Obadiah Stane from Iron Man 1, and I'm like, there's also a bit of Thanos there. And then the only person I didn't have enough time to put into that was the guy from the Russian from Team Fortress 2, but I didn't want to load up anyway. So let's get back to this. So you've got the book, you've got the intro. There's a few little things here, sort of explanation by the look of it. Now keep in mind, I've not seen any of this, so I've got to fight to keep myself on track with this too.
Yeah.
So there's a little explanation of a few bits and pieces.
Then after you've gone through the little booklet, there's like the first piece of the first puzzle. This is a part of a dice puzzle. You'll see the dice inside there, so we can put that aside. And then there's the map of Felino. This is a let me not give away too much, but let's just say there are it's a full size 11 by 17 map, and it's awesome. Has a narrative.
So is there anything of this map you do not want me to show?
There's nothing you can't show because there's elements and other pieces inside the box that you use alongside the map. So we're not at risk of showing anything. Yeah, that we need to hide.
Yeah.
Then, what do you have next?
What I might do is just quickly. I'm just going to quickly drop that out. So you and I are a bit bigger. So and this is going to have fun with my green screen. But so just people can see it is a. Oh no! Scotty's teleported me up.
Fascinating.
Let's add that back.
So yeah.
Alrighty. So map of Upper Grand Felino.
Upper Grand Felino. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Pop that.
And then
next. What have we got here?
The next one is an expansion that we added because people unlocked it on Kickstarter. So this is directly because of the backing on Kickstarter. So we were able to expand the story and an extra map.
Cool.
So these two maps kind of work in tandem. Then, and I'm afraid to give too much away. It's. Okay, we won't put them together, but basically, there's these things. And there's these things.
Okay, so I'll pop that aside. And yes, I did just see these there. So what we'll do is we'll quickly pop them away.
Yes.
Okay, so I might just show one. Which one have you got there that you?
I've got the straight line one that goes down. Yep. And you.
So this one here.
Yes. No, a different one, but that's fine. I'll take mine away.
Oh, hang on. There we go. No, I just found it.
Yep. They're effectively pieces of a puzzle that the DM gives to the holder of the map to disclose
Okay.
and kind of help the player understand and break apart and put together the
Right.
pieces of a puzzle.
Cool.
So they are effectively
This is
decoders.
this is very reminiscent of the hex map that you got in a lot of the old D&D box. When I say old, I'm probably going to have a lot of people yell at me because I'm not that old. They're not that old. D&D on a cosmic level is it's still in its infancy, even being 40 years old.
Yes, from a cosmic perspective, you're absolutely right.
It makes me feel like I'm back in school and about to put these on the overhead projector to help the teacher.
Exactly. And that's
so
what
I'm guessing that these are overlays
to add to the ancient element of the box. So we use transparencies.
Yeah, love it. Alrighty. So the next map here?
Yeah, that's the expansion map.
It shows. Yep.
Right.
So that's all right to show on camera.
Yeah, we just kind of talked about that. Crag Farloon.
Yep.
Then you have also a couple different elements you give to your players to help solve. Now, this one you might want to avoid showing too much of it, because it will kind of help.
All right. So
yes. Okay.
Hang on.
So
take away the runes.
Yes. Take away the runes.
Okay.
The runes. The runes are again another puzzle, a narrative puzzle that you pass to your players and they have to solve. It's really as simple as that.
Now I'm very intrigued and impressed with what I'm seeing here. There's dice that you mentioned before.
Yes. So yeah, if you pull back out this card here, you have this 5-die puzzle that works in tandem with this. Effectively, it can be used as a room. It could be used as a key card, and Brandon describes the way that there are a few suggestions on how to use the card, but he presented this was really the instigator of the whole box. Was this puzzle?
Right.
He designed and invented this dice puzzle to present to us in one of our campaigns, and we just loved it. It was incredibly engaging and quite challenging. Now, it only took us about a session to solve it, but it did take us this session to solve it. So, and the cool thing about it is you can use 1 die, and that keeps the complexity low, or you can use all 5 and make it incredibly difficult. So it's really, really cool puzzle.
These die now. I'm a real tactile junkie. I love the feel of things, and these dice,
aren't they cool?
They're large. They're wooden.
Yeah.
There's a slight recess in there to put the silvering color in there, and you can feel that that like I'm a real tactile junkie. Like I love handling things and sort of what things feel like, and that's very cool. I know there's some other fun things coming up in here in a moment, but this is very cool. And the fact that they're larger than a normal die, so you're not going to lose them amongst your dice on the table as you're playing. They definitely stand out with that black and silver coloring.
Yeah, and you can't really tell. You can't tell much on the camera, but they are. It is a silver not embossed even. It's indented. So they will last. They last a long time. So you don't have to worry about the silver coming off or anything like that. It's not just painted on. So those are cool. What else? So yes, you put the card over the next part. This is a really awesome puzzle. So this is probably
can I reveal?
You can, yeah. This is probably the most modular. I might have to stay a little extra time because
sorry. Yeah, I'll just check the clock.
I'm just
you let me know when you need to go, because I'll probably keep unboxing even if you run out of time. I'll keep on it until I get this sort of unboxed and shown off. I'll try to be careful as to what we're showing. So happy for you to stay and explain.
These are obviously things that work together. These are gears in a puzzle. And and you have to dive a little bit deeper. So let's put these aside for a sec, because we can't really get to that whole puzzle until we pull some other things out. Then you have the this puzzle, which is a pretty straightforward but still mesmerizingly challenging puzzle. The paired dice puzzle, which is fun. Which you can just give to your player. Like, you have to get into a room, and the wizard at the library gives you this pair of conflicting keys. How are you going to get in? You have to solve it. There's 2 modes on these keys. There's the easy mode and the hard mode. If you've done these types of puzzles before, this will be an easy one for you. But if your players aren't into puzzles, like interlinked puzzles like this, it could take them forever. So it's a really cool element to give as a prop in a game. And in fact, we have a couple different suggestions on how to use these to add to the narrative content. One is to actually have the 2 keys apart, hand them to 2 different players who are then tasked with joining the keys and then bringing them to a keymaster or someone.
I will confess I've seen this and played with this before, and that's why I undid them off camera so no one saw me doing that, because I don't want to spoil things for you. But again, that tactile thing is it's good. I like that. I'll pop them aside.
Cool.
Now, this little box has me intrigued. Is this something we can show on camera, or is this something that needs to be left to mystery?
You can show it on camera. I mean, I wouldn't open it now, just because it'd be nice if people at home opened it themselves. But it's the
sure, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's another tactile puzzle, another kind of like, I would say, moderate to simple brain teaser that you can pass to your players and have them solve at the table right in front of you. Yeah, it's a good pass around.
Preferably without a hammer.
Yeah. One thing we have told a couple players is that nothing can, like, it's not meant to break. So try not to break things open. Nothing you won't have to smash anything or knock it or anything like that, and that'll keep it around for long. So then the top of the foam comes out.
Just to show.
Yes.
I'll pop that back together. That's very cool. I like this. This is probably an old favorite. Alrighty, so let's remove the foam.
You remove the foam, and
okay, just a quick word. This shows good, clever construction of how people transport stuff for fulfillment. This is not just a simple thing. This has been put together quite nicely. It is solid, it is firm, and it means that whatever people have sent to them, it's going to arrive in a good fashion. And so far, nothing looks like it's been bumped, knocked, or anything. So whoever you're getting for your production, full points so far.
Awesome. That's good to hear, because even with the spinners, it was a major issue with our manufacturing partners that we couldn't get them to package them without damaging like 2% of the product. So it was a pain in the butt. But anyways, so let's move on.
Alrighty.
So this is the other portion of the spinning gears puzzle.
Now the box is empty, and I'm just going to pop the box down there.
Pretty straightforward, just like this. Just kidding. It goes the other way, like this. And they're really tightly puzzled together. And again, I won't give away too much, but effectively it makes a board, and then you use this puzzle, these 3.
That is a very, like, for a second there I was thinking I might have to off stream get a bit of sandpaper, just give it a little rub, but that is a very snug fit.
Yeah. So you can see the box comes with a couple little pegs. They go in there. This is fine for people to see at home. I think if they were to get the box, they'd be able to intuit exactly what you do with it. But from a narrative, from a DM's perspective, each one of the elements for this puzzle is another piece they find on an adventure from another NPC.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can use this in tandem with the map to decode locations. You can use the map to decode the locations or to give evidence to the locations of the pieces of the puzzle. We've tried as much as we can, and the guys really did a tremendous job of this, of putting the things together so that they work narratively together, but also totally apart. So yeah, so there you have your wheel.
I've just realized. I've just realized I've just realized that you've actually had markings put on the board to correspond with the markings on there, so it's foolproof, like for idiots like myself. Well, hopefully foolproof.
So again, it's one of those things. It's just like presenting your players with something tactile, something that kind of teases the brain a little bit in a different way. Yes, D&D and other TTRPGs very much are theater of the mind. This kind of just deepens it a little bit. Gives you a sense of like, oh, there's something in the real world that I'm engaging with that lets me use my brain in a different way at the table. And for a DM, it's just like we wanted to make it as simple as possible for the DM to just be able to present puzzles to players. That really is kind of,
cool.
So that's
gone are the days where there's just simply a note or a map or something, or roll this special dice. The interactive and creativity for both a GM and a player with what's on offer, not only from Mythroll Armory, but a significant portion of the gaming community who have recognized this and said, hey, we can take this to another level. We can take this in-person game accessory to the next level.
Yeah,
and it's wonderful to see that. We mentioned terrain before with Dwarven Forge. I'm friends with the Fat Dragon Games guys. You guys used to have their paper craft. They've got 3D sculpts for people. Like myself, it's a 3D sculpt and print is attractive because that then cuts down on the shipping. The amount of game accessory is no longer just the handbook and the module that you buy. There is now all of this very real, very on the table, very tactile, gameplay that is definitely making the immersion so much better, but ultimately, theater of the mind will make that come together. But to have something there that you can hand someone tangibly is just wonderful.
Yeah, it's an added sense that you're getting to explore with someone, right? I mean, they're using their imaginations. That's obviously why we do it, because it stretches our childhood out at length. And helps us to play pretend together, which I think is amazing. But then also, it can be a challenge. Like I just got the new DM's guide with the modern 5e, and I'm reading through it, and I'm remembering how much the planning required for a DM is actually. I mean, that's a tome of information. The DM's guide, right? So So trying to be creative in the world that you're building is a challenge. It's not an easy feat. And some people absolutely love it and dive in, but that takes time. So we're just trying to make it as enjoyable and easy as possible for people who are DMing, because this is really a DM tool, right? So
yes, you wouldn't you wouldn't want a player to get a hold of it to spoil the fun for themselves by their curiosity getting the better of them. You want this to come naturally in the game as the GM or DM is running the game, and going and letting it both physically and mentally unfold in front of the characters and the players.
Exactly. You walk into the library, and for the first time, you meet the the constable who tells you he just arrested the librarian, and now you have to yourself find the clues around the library to figure out how you're going to free him from the prison because he has a special key you've heard of. The keys in question that you see here before you are the ones you're going to have to take apart to be able to find the first clues to releasing that prisoner. You know what I mean? We tie our memories very much to our senses. So something made memorable obviously is better than something that's not made memorable, right?
Absolutely. And memories triggered by smell, by sight, by sound, by touch, and having something tangible there just adds to that, and by then revisiting, by coming back to that touch, that memory trigger, in my opinion, is a lot faster, rather than just reading back notes. Now, there's nothing wrong with reading back notes. There's nothing wrong with theatre of the mind if that's where your budget's at. There is nothing wrong with that. There's no reason anyone should keep up with the Joneses, but something tactile. I mean, just that fiddle nature is something very human in the sense of the brain wants to keep looking and thinking. And I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's the Mythroll Armory Perplexing Puzzle Experience. We have it on our website, mythrollarmory.com, for people who want to get it.
Let's see if I can just pop that.
Third Kickstarter? Fourth? We did 5 Kickstarters in 2020. This year is going to be crazy. Tomorrow's Kickstarter is going to be super fun. Really, really fun. I mean, it's not just
so Mythroll Armory, all one word.
Mythroll
Armory, all one word.com.
Yep. And so people
now
can go.
Armory is the American spelling, no U.
That's right, no U, American spelling, because that's where all of our clients, or most of our clients and customers. Yes, sadly, the Commonwealth lost on that battle.
That's all good. I'll just sit over here enjoying my English tea.
Yes, Michelle brought me some tea last night because I was just like, my mind was fried, and she hadn't. I told her after 16 years of marriage, this was the first time she ever brought me some tea, and I was like, this is an amazing experience. She's like, I don't think I'm gonna do it again. She's funny. Anyways, man, I'm so
and it sounds like sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that's one of the things that I get the sense of interacting with yourself and Dave, that your families are very supportive of what you do. I mean, hell, my wife is very supportive of what I do here, and without her support, this probably wouldn't happen. In fact, I'm quite certain this wouldn't happen without her support. So sure. It's great to have beautiful people in our lives that allow us to embrace that creative side of us. Because if I didn't do this, I think I'd go even more insane. And I, I can tell that yourself and Dave, with that supportive nature of your families, that a lot of this probably wouldn't come to fruition either.
Agreed. I mean, one thing, I'm pretty sure there's no way you could get any more insane, but also, but also,
it's like cool running with the bobsled. You just get in and you hold and you go.
We really could not do what we're doing without our families. And Dave just got married. He's got 5 kids. He's busy. We would not be able to do what we're doing unless we just had our families supporting everything that we're trying to do. And we're trying to do something fun and exciting and engaging. And honestly, the kids are an amazing litmus test for what sucks and what is good. The spinners were a success with the kids right away. They loved them. They played with them. They wanted to know what they were for. What is this thing? How do I use it? The Magnetiles, they may as well be a kid's toy because they're so fun that they're unbelievably fun. So if you're out there and you don't know what the Magnetiles are, it's just magnetiles.com.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
you get to, it's got a moving part.
Did you see the new one?
I have seen the new ones. I have seen them, and the 30-second spin that like it goes for 30 seconds now.
Yes, this is the death saves one, and it is awesome. It's so awesome.
It's like
again
the quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's the quick way to get the party's attention. Roll that, and they always look at you, and then you've got 30 seconds to come up with why you've rolled. Why am I? There we go.
What are you
The focus
doing? This is a death save.
I'm losing focus. Scotty, don't beat me up just yet.
Yeah,
maybe I was fading out because I failed my death save.
Man, I'm so sorry. I have to jet, but I do have to jet. So
that's right. That's right. We've finished the unboxing. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
I did send out an invite to Dave and to Brandon as well, but I mean, as sort of this came together, as you know, only in the last sort of 36, 48 hours, and I can appreciate people not being available. I'm incredibly thankful that you were available to talk me through the unboxing. I mean, I probably still would have done this solo if you weren't available, mate. I do appreciate you joining me because basically I want to help support you guys. I think what you do is fantastic. I'm blown away by the intricacy yet simplicity that the box has presented, and seemingly the limit is only your imagination, which is high praise for anyone's creation.
Well, we appreciate that, and we don't succeed unless other people are succeeding at playing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, hopefully it's fun, you enjoy it, and you can play it with your players and other people around you. And we really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show, Heath. It's awesome.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for being on the show. I think I might wrap it up here. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, have a great afternoon, have a great day. If it's 2 a.m. and you're not a shift worker, go to bed. Cool. Thank you and cheers.
See ya.